Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Drayko the Psychic here. I'm coming up to you with a tournament report of how I took Undefeated at locals the other day on Sunday. I tried to record the deck profile yesterday, but then the video got recorded vertically for some unknown reason. So, yep. So we're gonna try this again, and hopefully, we don't record it vertically, because I don't want to do that. So anyways, this is my Undefeated Virtual World deck profile for 2021. Virtual World is a combo with a bit of control behind it type of style deck. It focuses on synchro and also XC spam in the forms of level 3s and 6 and then 9s. You may remember this deck as it was top tier when VFD was out, but sadly VFD isn't with us anymore, and I'm really sad about that. So anyways, so before we get into deck profile, let's get into what my matchups were, because the matchups is going to be important to know what this deck went up against to get through Undefeated. So my first matchup was Thunder Dragons, and he just bricked. He just bricked 2 games in a row. Second game was against Cyber Dragon. The most prominent play was he summoned Verde Anaconda, and I responded with almost shitting my pants that he was gonna drop Dragoon on me. Because Dragoon is, you can get around Dragoon with this deck, but it's gonna be very, very hard. If they negate that one thing, then it's over for you. So yeah, but fortunately he was like, oh, I'm gonna send Overload Fusion to the grave. Oh, whoops, sorry, I forgot, I don't have materials in grave. So yeah, there's that. Third matchup, which is Prank Kids. Game 1 literally lasted 15 seconds. I just ashed him, and then he was like, okay, game 2. I also activated 2 cards. It was kind of funny. And then also the fun fact is that after I beat him, the guy that was holding the event called me over and said I took down one of their top players, and I was shocked to hear that. And probably I'm going to be a sponsored player for them. Hopefully. I just got to keep winning like I always do. And then my fourth matchup was against TM's Photon Galaxy deck. And I actually went 2-1 with that, against that deck, because he went second and you made an unbreakable board and I didn't see my Dark Ruler. So yep, that was kind of sad. So anyways, I won. I got the blocks. You saw the video of me opening the box. So let's get right into this. Also, before we get into this list, I can't take credit for the list that you're about to see right here, because this list is actually Virtual World Duelist on YouTube's list, and I've been testing it out. It's been doing wonders for me. I've been learning about Virtual Worlds more in depth from that person. So Virtual World Duelist, if you see this video, please comment something thank you for teaching me how to play Virtual Worlds correctly, because I felt like I was doing shit with the deck back then. So let's just get this started, shall we? I'll link their channel in the description below. 3 Lulu, 3 Virtual World, actually just 3 of everything, just 3 of every single Virtual World card that is out there. Seriously, you only play 3 each of the monsters, and that's just your bread and butter Virtual World deck. If you have this, you can make any Virtual World variant that you want. Each of these monsters right here that you see, we like to call them Salmon Great Gazelles, because they summon themselves from the hand by sending a Virtual World card from your deck to the graveyard. However, the catch is that you have to target a Virtual World card on your field in order to summon this, and then send a card type from your deck to the graveyard of a different card type from the one you sent. And then they do something else after their summon, all in one effect. So Lulu right here says that you get to add the 3rd card type of the Virtual World card that you targeted and the one you sent. So if you target a trap, the best play for Lulu is that you target a trap, send your spell, and then add a monster so you can extend, so you can go further beyond. Lala over here is really good. This one allows you to push through Nibiru sometimes. If your opponent preemptively Nibiru's you and you haven't resolved Lala's effect yet, you can do Lala and make a recovery play with this, because this one allows you to summon a Virtual World monster from your graveyard. However, it has to be in defense mode and its effects are negated. But that's kind of irrelevant since we're not summoning our extra deck monsters with Lao. The extra deck monsters can just summon themselves from graveyard anyways. GG is your follow-up play where he can add a virtual world monster from your graveyard to your hand only during the end phase that you activated his effect. But you cannot add GG itself, otherwise that would just be too broken because infinite recycling, you know? And then 3 Lilies, this one is a double Foolish Burial where you get to send a third card type from your deck to your graveyard, kind of like Lulu, but instead of adding you Foolish Burial. And then Virtual World Hime Nyan, this one is really good. You can always, it's good to play 3 Nyanyans, but sometimes you can just cut one and it's still fine, just as long as you have like access to Nyanyan. If you have access to Nyanyan, it's good. I wouldn't play one, however, like I wouldn't play one Nyanyan because Nyanyan is also a normal summonable monster that you can put onto your field and your virtual world monsters are automatically live. And if you don't have access to your spells or traps, then you kind of need to rely on a normal summon to get your virtual world engine going. And then that's where Nyanyan can come in for that reason. You can just play like 2 as well. You could, like I said, you could play 3, you could play 2. I usually play 3 and then side out 1 in case I need to side out for something. Which I did a couple of times and I still pulled through. Because like, first of all, your virtual monsters can just get this thing into graveyard very easily. So you don't really need to see the card, you just have to keep it in your deck most of the time. So what does Nyan do? Why am I talking about ratio so much about this card? Well, if it's in your graveyard and you summon a level 3 monster, this thing can come out as a level 3 tuner, but it gets banished when it leaves the field. But that's great because you want to know what happens when this card gets banished? You get to shuffle any of your banished cards that back into your deck. And I say banish cards, like it says it on the card. You can literally get back any card that's banished face down. Anything that you potted Desires away, it's going to come back because of Nyan. You can get back any card, any combo piece that you lost off of Desires and get it back into your deck, so you can basically revive. You can basically get back on track most of the time. And also it's a really good chain blocker for some synchro monsters. So that's their virtual world engine. You play 3 of everything. You can cut Nyan into 2 if you want to. That's fine for deck space. And I ran out of breath, lol. Anyways, next up, the Speedroid engine, Terratop and Taketombor. Like, normal, or not normal, special, effect, add, special, make Gossip Shadow, now play through Nibiru. Nibiru me, I dare you. Like, this engine is really good, and what's funny is that I actually got this last minute. Like, after I signed up, I just got the Speedroid engine, and that's what I was just looking for, was this random guy with a kimono dragon or something, just to give me a Speedroids. My dream has finally come true. I was finally able to receive cards that had, from a guy that had a kimono dragon on his shirt. Like an actual one, like a living, breathing one. I'm not joking. 3 effect veilers onto the hand traps, 3 ash, and then I guess we could just do this as well because, you know, Tom Box does it as well. We'll just get this out of the way. 3 imperms. Ash, say no to prank kits. Effect veiler, say no to anything. Imperm, say no to anything, but you're not locked into the opponent's moon phase. Like, seriously. So that's it for the monsters and hand traps. Next, we're running 3 Kowloon and 3 Quinlong. Kowloon can get you any of your virtual world gates from your deck onto your spell traps and face up, so that means all your virtual world monsters are now live. However, though, there is a little catch, though. This card can be ashed. You want to know why it can be ashed? Because it says, then you can apply any of the following effects in sequence. You want to know what one of the effects is? Send the top 3 cards from your deck to the graveyard. If that was a separate effect, if that was, we don't even need this, like, up to 4 cards that are in your spell trap zone effect. Like, this is irrelevant. I only pulled this off against, like, once, and I just got my board blown up by some freaking Toad deck. Yeah, like, I was kind of salty that night. I finally pulled off the +4 effect, and I lost to Toad. The feel, you know? This is huge mood. I just wish this card would just not have that effect so I don't get ashed on this. Like, every single one of your monsters can be ashed because they all send something from deck to grave, but this one is just the big middle finger to this deck. But Nevertheless, you play it at 3, you want to see this card. This card plus Lulu is full combo, and you should always see this. And then Quinlong over here, I finally got my hands on all 3 supers. This is really looking nice. If it's on your field, you can banish a virtual world card to negate the effects of a monster on the field. Keep that in mind. Negating a monster on the field, you can also negate your own monsters. And then if it's in your graveyard, you can banish this card and then to add a virtual world monster from deck to hand, but you also have to send a card from your hand to the graveyard, which is okay. You can deal with that. So yeah, you play 3 of these because if you see it, then you can go off with your virtual worlds. But you mostly want to see that thing in graveyard. Next to 3 of we play is Pot of Desires. Until Virtual Worlds came out, I never played Pot of Desires in my life, and even on simulators. Sure, drawing 2 is nice, but losing 10 cards, like, that could be one of your combo pieces. Like, what if you lose your combo pieces? You're screwed. So I play Pot of Desires now in Virtual Worlds because Neon can just get back any of my combo pieces that I lost. It's really good. And then we play Call By and E-Telly. E-Telly the 3, please, so I can play Punks. So I can play a really meta version of Punks. Please, E-Telly the 3. Always drew E-Telly, by the way, so I guess that's irrelevant. For traps, we play 2 Chuches and 1 Zanwu. I played 3 one time, and then it was just bricky, so I just cut it down to 2, and then I just stopped bricking. Like, it's fun. And then Zanwu over here is basically a monster reborn while in the graveyard, and while it's on the field, you probably should just scoop because you put this thing on the field. Like, why would you do that? And Chuche allows you to just pop any face-up card on the field. Meanwhile, you get to recycle your stuff that are banished. Nice. What else does this do? You can just banish it to increase or decrease the level of a virtual monster by 3, increase or decrease by 3. And you know what's funny? You can also decrease the rank of a card. Like, I never knew that you can actually decrease the level or rank of a card with this one. If you're hearing dinging and like wavy stuff, that's just my dog in the background. I just have him in my room with me. By the way, speaking of room, I'm not at my set at home at the moment. I'm currently watching over Duke. So if you're wondering why this table is kind of wobbly, it's because I'm filming this on literally an ironing table. Like, I'm not even joking. Anyways, for extra deck, Phantom Knights of Breaksword, you just pop one of your spells and traps, pop one of your opponent's cards, and then you go off, full combo. Gods of Shadow, Nibiru, I Dare You, Utopia Beyond, Dragoon Easy, Fan, banish a card on field and in graveyard, lol. Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger, should have been this card. I literally got this card after round 1 was finished. Like, I would have wanted to change it, but I didn't want to cheat, so yeah. Why do we play Gaia? Well, Fan effect, detach 2, banish, drop it on Fan, and then attack, deal piercing damage. Main phase 2, drop Zeus. We play 1 Zeus because we can. Synchros, Shen, say goodbye to prank. If you're playing prank kits, just scoop it up because you're not resolving those little shits. Vermilion Dragon Mech, this thing just pops cards and you can just pop itself and add back your Ash, Lamau. Juju, this one allows you to send a card and allows you to just Eldritch by banishing 2 monsters with the same type of attribute from your graveyard, however with different names. This one right here also cannot be destroyed while those 2 cards are in your graveyard. Stardust Charge Warrior allows you to draw. Coral Dragon allows you to draw. Alright. And then we do play a little Zulkin package. We play Zulkin. Whenever you set a spell or trap card whenever you set a spell or trap, you just summon Crystalline for free, because why not? Hey, we have 2 level 3s on field, one of them is a tuner. Why not make a Money Mud Dragon? And then you fuse Alistair the Invoker with Ultimate Zulkin to make Invoke Kaliga. Put a Mystic Mire on field that you can literally turn off yourself, so you can play on your next turn, Lamau. Anyways, side deck is, personal preference. This is the side deck I went to locals that day. 3 Nibiru, always solid against Prank Kids. Draw Lockbird, win against Prank Kids and Cyber Dragon, won that match. Artifact Lancia, never played it because no one was playing Banish decks. Dark Ruler no more, negate my friend's board, but I never saw it until game 3 where I was winning. Cosmic Cyclone, never saw this card. Red Reboot, no one was playing Trapped. Skill Drain, I legit forgot that I was playing the card. And that's it for our virtual deck profile. You know, if you want to see test hands and like something else, just please hit that like button down below. Comment down below what you'd like to see next. And yes, so Invoked Kaliga Virtual World Turbo. That's just the name of this deck. Get over it. And I just bumped my camera stand wall. Anyways, here, take GG. I don't care. Anyways, deck profile of Virtual Worlds, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.